best care of them. This video specifically is for dads who feel like they need to work 80 hours a week, be everywhere and everything at all times, and are either at the edge of burnout, exhaustion, and poor health, or are already there. In this video, we'll share with you some highly effective health hacks dads can put into their busy schedules each week that are actually possible and help you find way more energy, reduce stress, and so much more. Before we move on, do me a favor. Make sure that you like this video, share it with somebody else, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this or watching this. Now, moms and dads, I want to share a story with you about our patient, Chris. For Chris, each week not only came with all the responsibilities of a slammed work schedule, but also way too frequent battles with migraine headaches, allergies, and sinus infections. So that made life even harder, juggling work, plus doing all that he could to help take care of their three beautiful, busy children and get them to school, sports, and whatnot. And then still have enough energy left over to play and do his favorite job in the world, being dad. Chris said, I was experiencing bad allergies, migraines, and constant sinus infections. I was always having to be on antibiotics. Everything I tried just seemed like a temporary fix. He said that he loved that our office was natural care that helps solve problems without the need for drugs. With consistent care, he started noticing very positive changes in his life. He says that his headaches happened less often and his allergies are far more manageable. He no longer takes any antibiotics or prescriptions and says that he is entirely pain-free. Pain-free and more energy equals the best dad that he can be. We are so beyond blessed to have Chris and his family in our community. It's dads like him who truly make a positive difference in this world. Now, moms and dads, as we begin to wrap up here today, I want you to understand so much of what we do here is because we want to help you guys. Because, for dads, right? Being a dad ain't easy, right? Juggling all the hours and responsibilities at work, plus doing all you can to help at home with helping mom, getting kids to school and sports, and much, much more. With how busy and overloaded the average dad is, we've sort of just accepted that being constantly wound up and worn out or exhausted is just okay and par for the course. But accepting the overwhelm and the exhaustion is normal is a really slippery slope because now we're constantly grumpy, anxious, easily irritated, and hard to get along with, which negatively affects our relationships with our spouse and our kids. What if things could be 180 degrees different? What if you can not only get all of your work done, but also have energy, happiness, and the ability to handle stress better than ever before? That's exactly what the greatest health hack of all time, neurologically-focused chiropractic care, does that for dads. Each adjustment helps not only reduce any neck or back pain dads are often saddled with, but also clears out that constant stress, brain fog, and fatigue that holds so many of us down. I want to share with you something that I think would be very helpful to understand how we assess the stress that dads are carrying. So in the image here I'm going to show for you, this is what is called a heart rate variability. It is the best available test to evaluate how the stress that you are going through affects you. If you look, this is a pretty straightforward image. You see the zones. That center green zone in the middle of the image is the ideal optimal zone for variability. So this here happens to be Chris's scan. And you see where he's at. There's the yellow ring, which is 1 standard deviation of normal. The second ring, which is 2 standard deviations away from normal. And the third ring, which is 3 standard deviations away from normal. In an ideal setting, Chris would be in the center of that green box. But when he started, his nervous system was so stressed that it had gone down 2 whole standard deviations. Because if you look at this image, the right side of the image is the parasympathetic, which is rest, digest, growth, development, healing, recovery, lower stress side of the nervous system. The left side measures the sympathetic fight, flight, freeze, and stress responses within the nervous system. And so when you start here, and this is where the nervous system is going through, it tells us the nervous system is not adapting to stress well. And one of the measurements that we do over and over again, every single time that we hit a progress exam, is we reevaluate this heart rate variability. Because in all aspects of healthcare, chiropractic, neurology, cardiology, exercise science, it doesn't matter. This HRV test is the best measure. Heck, if you have an Apple Watch, you have a built-in heart rate variability. The nice part about this type of an HRV is we can track the progress over time to see the overall response your nervous system is having as you progress through care. And what's nice is as you track further along on these scans, They just get better and better and better with consistent care until you get up into that ideal green zone. I want to share with you another scan. This is a scan that is called a surface EMG. It is a measurement of energy. And so if you look at this scan, this entire scan should be entirely white with more energy in the areas in the center called the core, and a taper off in energy as you get closer to the neck. Well, when you look on here, you notice there's a lot of colors, right? There's these greens and these blues and these reds. These are all energy levels that are way above normal. You've got a big red bar down in the lower areas. So we've got a lot of energy in the neck. We've got a lot of energy down in the lower back, which are the areas where he was having a lot of his pain conditions. But in the core areas, that yellow area, that is way below normal. Essentially, that means that his nervous system and his body was gassing out. Didn't have any energy in reserve, because when the nervous system is getting appropriate amounts of energy from the little muscles that support the spine, it recharges our brain. If we're not getting enough, or it's coming from the wrong places, it can either increase stress, it can increase pain, or if we're not getting enough, it can wear us down, tire us out, fatigue us, leaving us in a constant state of exhaustion. And as we progress with care, all of a sudden the scans begin to get more energy, and they start to get energy out of the wrong places and into the right places. But what you feel, Dad, is you feel physically better. You're sleeping better. Your energy levels are better. Your immune system's working better. You're doing better with focus and attention. And you got more room to handle the stress, and you're less irritated. Because very simple, focused, neurologically centered adjustments help to balance out the stress the brain is going through, help to rebuild that energy, so your quality of life will go up dramatically. Now, as we finish up here, I want to go and hide this and just close with a couple of basic talking points. So as we wrap up today, I want you to understand that if you are worn out and exhausted and you want to get your energy back and take on life at full steam once again, just reach out to our office and get started with care right away. Make sure to speak to our staff about our special dad offer. I would also tell you that if you are looking for ways to improve your stress, keep asking questions. Feel free to message us. Go to elitefamilychiros.com, send us a message, and we'd be more than happy to get back in touch. If you want to contact us on Facebook or on Instagram, we'll get right back to you. Second, if you have a family member, another dad, somebody that you know that's struggling, share this with them. Share this with a family member, put it in a Facebook group, any place where you communicate with others about different things that you're doing for your own health. And third and lastly, keep looking for information. So on our website, there's a great blog section with lots of articles. You can also go to pxdocs.com, where there's also additional resources, research articles. There's a great case study database. So feel free to go and take a look, ask questions. We are here to help. We are here to serve. God bless you guys. Have a great one.